Hello, everyone. My name is Martha Hernandez. I am the Outreach Coordinator in the Center for Ethnic Student Affairs, and I'm here with Paul.
Hi, my name is Paul. I'm the Transfer Program Coordinator in the Center for Ethnic Student Affairs. I use he pronouns and excited to get back to the semester and any questions you have, let us know.
Yeah, we would like to welcome back our current students and also new students. And we would like to tell you a little bit about CESA. And as a part of our welcoming back, we would like to show you our website, which you can access at diversity.utah.edu /centers/CESA/. So on this website, you can find reminders and in the calendar form about upcoming events through the Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Division, as well as our team, who we would like to introduce to you.
As you might be able to tell, the theme of the transfer program is Dragon Ball Z. One of the things that I think is really exciting about the transfer program is we're here to help you kind of all steps of the way. So I can help people with applying, questions about kind of getting ready. I do general transfer advising. And then when students are at the University of Utah, we have a lot of resources. We have a course in the fall called Politics of Borders and Migrations, which does a really cool partnership with people who are in Greece that work with refugees. And they do a shared stories of interviews of refugees and migrants in Greece, and then people in Utah do interviews with people in their own community, and then they share stories. And that's a really cool experience. It meets the international requirement, which is something that's beyond the associate's degrees. If you come into the University of Utah with an associate's degree, it's still a graduation requirement that you wouldn't have. Chelsea is our graduate assistant. We do a lot with kind of mental health. Selena and as well as Gabby as kind of undergraduate peer mentors during the class and also able to kind of share their experiences as students. And so some really cool things that we do is we have a group called Building Resilience. It's on Fridays at 12 p.m. and there's going to be a second group on Tuesday evenings. And so it's an opportunity to do some art, to talk and do some fun activities kind of in a kind of stress reducing environment. And so that's a really cool activity. We also have like free art supplies for that. We also do, based on requests from students, study hours. So on Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m., we have a CESA Discord channel, and you can log on and listen to some kind of relaxing music and doing your studying and know that there's other people also studying with you at the same time as a way to kind of help stay motivated. Martha and I have evening office hours on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. And again, we have kind of different guests and different opportunities on campus. We've had the Women's Resource Center, and we talked about kind of BIPOC gardening. We've had trio and talked about hip hop. We had a staff member who does scholarships, showed his doll collection. So lots of really interesting things that happen in the evening hours, as well as kind of answering all the questions you have. But kind of a fun conversation to make it a little easier to join that's less official and more laid back. And then we have some partnerships that we're just starting with the second year program in CESA, which is led by Julia Soto. And in her program, she works with students in their second year of college. But Julia, she does a lot of work with outdoor recreation as well as with career and professional development in terms of getting experiences like prepping for job interviews, like doing mock interviews, how to apply for internships, looking over resumes, all the kind of preps for either career or grad school. They also have connections to alumni mentors through the Mentorship for Social Justice that the transfer program is joining to help. And not unfortunately during COVID, but when it gets more over, they've done big camping trips as a core. So really a lot of fun activities in that program.
Another program that we would like to highlight is the First Year Diversity Scholar Program. And this program is geared to support students, incoming freshmen. So if you if you know an incoming freshman or if you are an incoming freshman, um, feel free to reach out to us, and I will have our emails as well as our contact numbers towards the end of this brief presentation. So a few of the program requirements to be in Diversity Scholars include one-on-one meetings, and that is just to ensure that we are supporting our students academically as well as with any other type of support that they might need, including directing them to um, tutoring services as well as mental health services and anything in between. Um, this program works as a cohort, which means that students are placed in one of three classes, and these are ethnic studies classes. These classes count towards the undergraduate requirements towards a bachelor's degree. And I believe it is the diversity requirement, Paul, as well as
I think it's set up that it's the diversity requirement, and then based on student need, either humanities or social behavioral science.
for social behavior science. Yeah, thank you. Um, Aside from getting a credit that is required to attain a bachelor's degree, students are able to find a sense of community, which I feel as a former student at the University of Utah really does help in finding a sense of belonging at the U. If you would like more information about diversity scholars, feel free to visit the website or reach out to me. The website is diversity.utah.edu/first year diversity scholars, and then another /. So for one of our last programs, we would like to highlight the retention program, which is led by David, or also known as D, Kini Kini. D is in charge of organizing what he calls the Power Hour lunches. And then before the pandemic, these would be meetings with food in a workshop style that would present students with a variety of on-campus resources. So he would invite offices as well as just people on campus who are supportive of students. Um, Lastly, we would like to highlight our student organizations. So in CESA, we house 5 different student orgs. These include the Black Student Union, which is advised by Shavana Munster. We also have MECHA, which is a student org that focuses on advocating for the Latinx/Chicanx communities on campus. And this organization is advised by Diana Chacon. We also have Pacific Islander Student Association, advised by D, and the Intertribal Student Association, advised by Tony. And finally, we have ASA, the Asian American Student Association, advised by Paul, and Paul can tell you a little bit more about how ASA functions
Mhm.
and maybe how the other organizations also function.
Yes, thank you. So I've been the advisor for the Asian American Student Association, though we're going through a transition and we'll hire a new advisor shortly. But ASA and the other student groups, they host large kind of awareness weeks, social justice events. So in the fall semester, ASA held the Asian American Awareness Week. They brought in Ian Chi, who does the YouTube videos. He's the former creative director of Jubilee Media, and had over like 1 billion views, and talked about kind of his work. They also do high school conferences. ACEs will be in the spring semester, and most of the groups, because of the pandemic, will be in spring, where they um, give information and resources in partnership with the rest of the university, a lot of different majors and offices on campus, so that students get the opportunity to learn more about going to college, particularly if they're first generation or don't know much about it. And that's a great volunteering opportunity for students. It'll be all online this year. And ASA meets on regularly weekly over Zoom, but some other groups kind of meet over different kind of digital platforms. And so even though we're currently in a pandemic, there's still lots of ways to kind of get involved with either like the high school conferences or awareness week, or kind of going to meetings and getting kind of involved with the student groups that way. ASA also has a pretty large Discord server where they can like study together and play games together. They post kind of fun stuff, like they have a channel that's just pictures of their pets, or channels of like students who do art of like kind of some of the drawings that they've done or paintings they've done. And so kind of a nice way to get involved virtually.
All right. And one more thing we would like to highlight are the CESA scholarships. So in CESA, we have a partnership, meaning that we work directly with some of the scholarship funds. And Anthony Shirley is our scholarship and financial resources advisor. So one of the scholarships that we promote is the Utah Opportunity Scholarship. And this scholarship includes $8,000 per year for 8 years towards tuition and fees, as well as student support through academic advising and student programming. So if you were to go to our website, which is diversity.utah.edu/scholarships, you would be able to find the Utah Opportunity Scholarship, as well as the Chicana Chicano Scholarship Fund, as well as a link to the LGBT Resource Center scholarships, the Pastor Franz Davis Scholarship, and other scholarships, including but not limited to the Dream Center, a link to Academic Works, which is the University of Utah's platform to apply for scholarships. And finally, we would like to give you our contact information for any questions that you might have. My email is martha.hernandez@utah.edu. And Paul's email is paul.fisk@utah.edu. If you would like to follow us on social media, our Instagram is @U of U CESA. And we also have a Facebook page called Center for Ethnic Student Affairs, U of U CESA as well.